We're back with the second episode. The last episode we said it was gonna be sequel guys,
Yeah,
but it's not anymore. It's flock of sequels.
yeah. When you have an idea that good, you just
um,
change everything.
so welcome to Flock of Sequels episode 2. It's on the YouTube channel we made after we recorded the first episode, which we named the Idiot Collective, that's what it's gonna be for the main channel name, and then Flock of Sequels is gonna be one of our series that we make among hopefully others that we get into.
Yeah, let's get weird
sure.
with it.
Let's get weird. Um, Today we're gonna review Lawnmower Man 2, Job's War, which also had another name. What was the name?
Beyond cyberspace.
Beyond Cyberspace. And why did they change it?
The movie was just so bad that they were trying to trick people. Like they're like, oh, it's not that bad movie everyone talks about. It's Job's War. It must be something else. They did that same thing for the Tom Cruise movie, Live, Die, Repeat, or whatever. And it's also it went by a different name, but when it went on the shelves, it only said Live, Die, Repeat. They didn't want to have the other title there.
Yeah, then that's the one they took Stephen King's name off of. Is that the one you were telling me about?
No, the original Lawnmower Man. They took Stephen King. I was reading about it today. Stephen King sued them to take his name off. After a lawsuit, his name was removed. Because I was looking at posters, it says Stephen King's Lawnmower Man. I was like, wait, I thought he didn't have his name on it, but I guess you can find pictures of his name on it.
Wow.
But he doesn't go down. It's not on his IMDb.
He had some beef or something.
Yeah, I mean the original Lawnmower Man wasn't awful, but I must have not stayed true to his vision.
Creative differences. So before we get into everything else, how are you? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. No changes here. What's up with you?
Quarantined up.
Yes.
Quarantined up.
This is as close as I've been to anyone, and
yeah, so 4 feet space. That's it.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I got to stay home for 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna nerd out. Hopefully, we can get a couple of podcasts done, and I could if we get a couple done next week, hopefully I just have a bunch to edit. You can just kind of crank some out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That would sound good. Maybe next time we watch, we just bang out a couple.
Yeah.
Write down some ideas. I know we're kind of haven't talked about this, but I think the next one we do should be Gentle Ben 2.
Gentle Ben 2.
I'm really dying to see the movie. I'm dying to see Gentle Ben 2.
We went to GameStop, and they had a 10 for 10 movies, and we picked out just the 10 worst sequels we could find.
Yeah,
some of them are okay.
Yeah, there's Die Hard 2, which seems
Yeah.
fine. It's good. But yeah, High School Musical 2 is gonna be painful.
We may not even be able to do it. We'll try.
I will. Yeah, we'll do it. I think.
Yeah, we don't always have to do it. We won't always be covering bad movies, but Lawnmower Man 2 wasn't the best movie I've ever seen.
No.
I'm not gonna say.
No.
What was it rated? You said lowest 100, or it's in
Yeah, for whatever reason, I always heard it was on the bottom 100 of the IMDb bottom ranks, whatever. And it should be, because it's only ranked 2.5 stars out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's out of 10 stars.
But yeah, but it didn't. It wasn't on there. It should have. But I think people maybe there weren't enough votes, or maybe people just don't care enough for it to be on there.
Yeah, it's just so bad it didn't even make the list.
Yeah, or maybe they couldn't figure out the title, so they didn't want to.
Yeah. So, what the hell is going on in this movie? I didn't see the first one, so I kind of just had Mike give me a synopsis of the first one, and I dived into it without seeing the first one. What are some of your thoughts on it?
Okay, so as far as the movie goes, I thought it was fine until they start talking about Egypt. And it's this vague kind of
yeah.
What do they call that in a movie? A Deus Ex Machina, this one thing that just kind of
yeah
solves everything. Because They wrote themselves into a corner.
Just the weird thing that nobody knows what it really is, but it's gonna solve something.
Yeah, and then Peter figures it out. It's like, oh, it's like a dam. He's like, yep, just like the first dam ever made in Egypt. I was like, wait, are they talking about the Suez Canal? Because that might be the first like canal ever made, but I never heard anyone refer to it as a dam. Or I don't think of canals as dams.
Yeah. So the plot is there. It was however far into the future. It's very futuristic, but kind of like
they just wrote the future.
The future. There's no specific thing.
Yeah.
And Job is like creating some virtual world or trying to get the real world to be kind of obsolete and everyone live in his like virtual world and like control everything. And there's like these kids and this other guy, I forgot what his name was, are going to try to stop Job, who's the enemy. Trace.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of him here, the guy and the kids.
Oh yeah, you got to, because put a picture side by side of Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
He looks just like Tommy Wiseau. I was like,
put it right here.
I was like, oh my god, I thought it might have been him for a second, because he had like, even the way he was like kind of smiling, he had like a really weird like smirk going on, and I was like, what? That might be him, but no, I'm pretty sure The Room is Tommy Wiseau's like first big acting gig.
Yeah. So, what does it kind of start out with? It starts out with.
It starts right at the end of the first one.
Yeah, it had the scene from the first one of him like trying to escape the whatever it was, the virtual world. The scene where he's like,
I guess, yeah.
And then it kind of cuts to the first like 30 minutes was so confusing to me because they're just kind of cut and like didn't really make any sense. Nothing was like tying itself together. But the first was like those kids who were kind of living in a subway, a rundown subway, and
not like the restaurant.
Yeah, not the restaurant.
No,
Jared isn't there
or
anything like that. It's the subway, like the underground, trains. And they're just kind of like homeless kids. Like they don't have like, there's no parents or anything.
And they would try to make it seem like that's how just the world is, like it seems normal.
It was kind of like I don't want to say like Hunger Games, but like it was like they had the very rich, and then the very poor. I didn't see any like middle class people.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kids didn't have like any. They just lived under the subway. It was like 4 kids and a dog.
It kind of reminded me of the what's that? The Demolition Man, like that kind of class setup where there was like not trash people, and then there's just trash people who live in the underground. You ever see Demolition Man?
Mm-mm.
They have Dennis Leary's like king of the trash people, and he lives in like the sewers.
Nice.
And everyone else is not covered in dirt. So it's kind of like that.
I thought the thing that was really funny in one of the opening scenes where they're introducing the kids is like that weird like not kiss but like kind of kiss.
Oh yeah.
Where they just it was like, so maybe there was some like thing that the actors had where they like couldn't kiss each other, but the 2 kids, they just like get like this close to each other and don't kiss with their lips.
But they want you to think that they definitely do kiss.
It's funny to me. And then after that, they go into the virtual reality where they're like flying.
Yeah.
They got a disc or something where they could go fly into virtual reality. And they all kind of go in, and then like Job shows up, and
yeah, he like transforms from a statue into Job.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that was I don't know if he was hiding out as a statue. I don't like it, whatever, but he was a statue. Now he's Job, and he's asking for help from Trace. He has to get this guy, but it turns out to backfire because Trace is like one of the main people that do him in.
Yeah, so he wanted to go find Trace to get the chip or to figure out what Egypt was.
No, they have the chip, and he can rebuild it, but he doesn't know what Egypt is, which is like this inexplicable,
nobody knows,
solve all thing.
Um, yeah, and the dog was able to get them out of
Oh.
the virtual reality. Whatever the dog's name, they're like, Skip, get us out of the
Yeah.
virtual reality. They're talking to him. The dog's still in the material world, and the dog used to see the clip of the paw just whoop. It's so good. Oh man.
Yep.
I liked the terrible CGI. It was pretty funny.
Hmm.
It wasn't the best I've seen.
I think the first one had better CGI, if I remember right.
Budget cuts.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think they're just giving a shit cuts. They were just like, just fucking make this movie.
Yeah, just put this out. Make a quick dollar.
The guy who wrote, produced, and directed it, Farhad Man. I was trying to see if he did anything else that I might know.
Oh yeah.
And no, he didn't.
He didn't.
But I guess the co-writer
says,
who helped him make it or come up with the plot for the movie is the guy Michael Miner, who co-wrote RoboCop. And like anything RoboCop, he also co-wrote. Like the TV series, the cartoon, everything. Like he had a hand in. So I was like, oh, it's cool. Oh no, Farhad Man did that show Max Headroom, which is a show kind of like that. Based like it has the same guy who plays Job, Frewer, whatever his name is.
This guy here? Is it the same guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy, and he is in a TV show from the 90s. It's all kind of like sci-fi and virtual reality, and he plays like the main guy. So I guess he just likes that actor.
Job / Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Oh my god. I told you this right after we watched this movie, but I was like, when is he gonna say "alrighty" then? Because this has to. He's not even trying to hide that he's doing a Jim Carrey Ace Ventura.
So there's this one scene where Job is talking to Trace.
Yeah.
And he just all of a sudden, Job is just like a smart ass kind of like a quippy villain guy. Generally, he just says some smart ass stuff. What does he say? Like jack in and like jack off or something at some point.
Yeah, it's like you jack into cyberspace, and he's like.
But at this moment, he just literally turns into Ace Ventura. If I could find a way to put like a full clip on top of this video, I'm totally gonna put it here. And he just like has like just Jim Carrey mannerisms, and he's just saying like wild stuff like, well, yeah, like I don't know how to do Jim Carrey, but
while we were watching it, I had to take out my phone and Google the date of the movie because I wanted to see if it came out before Ace Ventura. Because then I've been like, oh shit, Jim Carrey, plagiarist. But it was 2 years after, as well after.
Jim Carrey is wild now. Have you seen him like lately? He's like beard down to here, and he's always talking like some crazy stuff.
I know he's a big I think he was at one point a big anti-vaxxer or something when he was with Jenny McCarthy, who's like, that's like my first like love, Jenny McCarthy. I like the poster of the bedroom when she's like on Singled Out and stuff.
Hell yeah,
she's hot. But yeah, and I'm trying to think if he's doing anything. I know he was in a TV show for Showtime called like Kidding, which I saw the first episode. I thought was pretty good, and then he was in Mr. Popper's Penguins, which if they ever make a sequel to that, we should watch. Oh yeah,
so many sequels.
Yeah, we got enough stuff.
Endless amounts of content for this.
Yeah, because
excited.
You get even doesn't. I was thinking at first it was like, well, if we're only watching the second movie, but technically a third and a fourth are all sequels too. Yeah. So
why not?
Yeah, don't limit.
Sometimes they'll do like pre-sequels, which I mean it's still a sequel, I guess. Well, they'll kind of do the story like of before the first movie.
Yep.
Still counts.
And sometimes, if you're really lucky, they'll do a squeakquel.
What is that?
That's what Alvin and the Chipmunks did. Alvin and the Chipmunks made a squeakquel.
Yeah, so freaking he was all Jim Carreyed out. And then what's that? Let's talk about the evil guy, the
beard. Walker. Yeah.
Pencil line kind of
Yeah, it was a good call. He definitely had a straight 90-degree angle on his beard, like Al Borland.
Doesn't come up on his face at all, and it's just, and then it comes in the goatee. Classic bad guy facial hair.
Yeah, he like lets himself know he's a bad guy right away when he like hugs Job. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be working for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that guy's bad.
And there's this scene that's I'm kind of jumping to the end, where the chick who has the bangs that like stop here, where she
The
whispers.
blonde hair chick?
Yeah.
Oh, and she dyes her eyebrows too. Everything's blonde. Like
Yeah,
blonde.
she looks friggin' wild. But she
I don't-
whispers
yeah.
to the guy when she whispers to the guy. She whispers to the evil guy, and then he just goes. And then they walk off, but then like 2 minutes later it shows them eating fucking chicken wings. So,
So you know she whispered like, I have chicken wings in your
I
office.
got chicken wings. He's like,
It's like, oh yeah, I
yeah.
could go for that.
I'll try to get a photo of that one. Oh man, no bonus features really at all. There's none at all.
When
Just
I also heard when that was first released, it didn't get its own DVD release.
wow.
It
We're
was a
lucky.
extra feature. Yeah, it was an extra feature for Lawnmower Man, the first one. It was like a bonus content, like so you buy the first one and it's like you could also get Lawnmower Man 2, how you would get like the commentary or whatever.
Good deal. Freaking, this has just been like, take this movie, we'll give you a discount. This movie's hilarious. Oh my goodness. What else happened in between the Jim Carrey cameo and Hot Wings?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got.
Yeah, I did write some stuff down. I wrote everything that we talked about too. They don't really kiss. Oh, okay. So when they walk by that TV, he's like, "Oh, the TV's a real killer." And then later, Tommy Wiseau, Trace, he takes the TV and just pushes it in the guy's head.
Yeah,
But that's the same guy when he punches him the first time.
Yeah.
There's just like a 2-second cut of the guy's face, and he just makes a poop face. He's just like.
Oh yeah. When he's getting punched in the face, he just like. and then he punches him again.
It makes the same face.
It's like, what the hell was that?
So that was a scene that definitely stuck out.
So I also want to talk about iPhones.
Yeah, they came up with the idea for iPhones, which is amazing.
Lawnmower Man 2 invented the iPhones.
Yeah,
the EYE phones.
Steve Jobs owes them money.
A lot.
Legit, like
the virtual reality like devices they have, it's like a headset. It goes onto has headphones, but it also has the covers for your eyes, and that's their iPhones.
Yeah, and they call them put on your iPhones.
Let's see. Yeah, I wrote down romantic relations in the movie. We got Trace and I forgot her name.
Oh, Corey something. Remember Corey Lane? I can't remember.
Yeah. I was questioning her if she was transgender or not.
she had a mannish face. Like her face kind of reminded me of the Tori Spelling from Saved by the Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just had a long face. She was good looking for sure.
Oh, she's cute.
I would rather do her than the all blonde. But yeah, we were looking for Adam's apples.
Certain angles, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Trace and him. We got the two kids who don't really kiss, but kind of kiss.
Yeah, they're together, and her brother is also their friend, so that's cool that.
Yeah, the super 90s kid who had weird one-liners. I wish I could remember them.
Yeah. They were definitely the most 90s ragtag group.
That was awesome.
Of all time.
90s in the future. And you got weird bangs chick and evil guy. And then that was it. That was all the relations in the movie. I was going to look up what the actors were doing now, but I don't really think I need to. I don't think they're doing a whole lot.
No, I haven't seen any of those guys in anything. Were there?
I didn't see anyone.
Any cameos in it?
No.
Too? Last time we saw some cameos, but
I didn't see anyone I even remotely resembled. I was like, I kind of saw him with something else, or
yeah.
No, I didn't get anything.
No.
What else here? Yeah, what else you got?
I wrote down Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Just I think I was thinking of when he put the ice cube on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of the Indiana Jones like replacing the rock.
Yeah, it was a classic scene like that. And the guy kind of gives me an Indiana Jones vibe, Trace, the way he like dresses, and he was like out in society. Yeah, that's good to talk about. He's like out in like the desert in his like little like hippie sanctuary, and when the kids go to find him to bring him to Joe to find out what Egypt is, they're just like they're asking him. He's like, "I don't live that life anymore." He like literally said that line. I don't live that life anymore.
Like, is Trace here? And he's like, he's dead.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like, obviously
he told them that he was dead.
The Trace you're looking for isn't here.
He what else? He
I think I wrote down Star Wars because they're trying to escape from like people shooting at them, and they go into the garbage chute.
Yeah, the Star Wars scene.
Yeah, they're in a garbage chute in a super like. You saw how much security was in that place. They Trace kicks through a wall, which damn Trace, that's impressive. He kicks through a wall, and they don't. That's it. They're out then. They just that wall must have just led to.
Yeah, there was nothing in between the wall and the chute, right?
They just escape. He shows them kicking the wall, and they're like, "Oh, they got out." You know.
Peace. Yeah. Job is like super into crashing aerial vehicles.
Yeah.
He crashed that. What did he crash that? Like 747 for? I don't even remember. Job is able to like hack into everything, I guess.
He crashes the helicopter into
the desert place.
Which, you know.
What?
Kobe.
Yeah,
you
Kobe.
know, yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
And then he crashes that 747 because it has that guy on it who's the non-hypocritical Democrat that they keep talking about, who wants to put an end to their. He goes to the facility to check things out. He's like, I'm putting an end to this. And evil beard guy Walker, he's like telling Job, he's like, this guy will ruin you. And he's just like, I'll just leave you with that information and let things just kind of play out, and then he takes over the plane and just crashes it.
Crazy. And Job is just able to just hack into whatever in the real world, I guess.
Yep.
He just hacks into he's hacking into the fire hydrants and like shutting down power, doing all sorts of crazy nonsense.
Kind of like you see Die Hard 4. I think that's a good day to die hard.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen it, but yeah.
Oh, it's not bad. It gets shit on a lot, but I didn't hate it. Well, in that movie, they have like these like cyber terrorists like that who hack into like all of the world's systems. They shut down like the street lights. They shut down like everything that they do in the movie. Essentially, in Job's War.
Well, so what is the Chiron chip exactly? It's just like gives him access to like something, because I don't remember them really explaining what it does. I just know he needed it.
It's in the first one. It's more of a focus in the first one.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the Chiron chip itself. I when I first saw it, I thought it looked like that Hellraiser cube.
Yeah. Here's a picture of the Chiron chip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that. But I think it's just a super advanced computer chip that can like withstand all of that.
Yeah, it can handle whatever Job needs to do.
This movie did make me think of a sequel of a movie I wanted to make.
Oh yeah, lay it down. We got another movie idea.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to make a sequel to Shawshank Redemption. Righteous. Because you got Andy and Red. They're at say Wataneo, and they're like fixing up boats and palling around. And I was like, this should be like a buddy comedy type like movie, because I could totally see that happening. Like Morgan Freeman in like a summer hat, like a straw hat.
Yeah.
It just seems right to me.
Yeah, the stays hot today. We're just working on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy. I can't do Morgan Freeman either. So anyways, I guess we're gonna spoil Lawnmower Man 2, which is fine. Um, Job, he gets zapped and his brain gets fried when he's in the cyberspace, and he turns back into regular Job,
Oh,
regular
right,
old
right.
Lawnmower
At
Man,
the
and
end.
he's hanging out with everyone, with Peter and Trace and the girl, whatever. So, truth is, that was just an act, and Job has plans, because he's just evil, So he gets away from the world. He goes out to like Mexico to set up his own little base.
Job does?
Job does,
After he becomes a simpleton again, but he's
but
not
he's not a
really.
simpleton. It's all an
Okay.
act, and so while he's there, he's trying to like focus and set up like this like evil like layer, maybe like possibly like a missile or something. And he just keeps hearing um, somebody blasting music, this like opera music, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? Like I can't concentrate with like somebody blaring some like crazy opera music, and it's the same song that Andy played in Shawshank that Red likes,
Hmm.
and they're playing it, and Andy and Red are talking. And he's like, oh, I still don't know what those two broads are singing about, and he's like, you know, and he goes over to them. It's like, hey, do you guys mind? I'm trying to do stuff over here. Um, well, he wheels over because he definitely, at the end of the movie, he does not have the bottom half of his legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
so he's in a wheelchair. But they're pretty like considerate about it. They're like, oh, sorry about that. But now they're sanding down boats. They got sanders out. They got the guns going like, choo, choo, like shoot, fastening the stern. Boat terms.
Yeah, yeah. The bow.
And he comes over again. And he's like, what do I have to do to you guys people? Do to you people? Like, I don't understand. Like, what the heck's going? Like, be quiet. This is like say Wataneo. It's supposed to be like super quiet here.
Yeah, and he said has some sort of Ace Ventura equip thing to say
Oh, I'm
while
sure.
he does it. While
Sure
he does it.
he might even just be Ace Ventura now.
Do you
'Cause
mind just
yeah,
calming down for me? Or I don't know how to do freaking Ace Ventura.
I can't redo that.
Alrighty.
Well, now all these like crowds are forming at the boat place that Andy and Red they rent out boats. And now it's crowds forming because they're having like a boat race, and all these people are signing up, and it's all this like hustle bustle, and people are coming in with like their cars playing music, and Job's finally like, that's enough, It's like, I'm gonna ruin this fucking boat race, which would ruin Andy and Red,
He's just pissed.
He's pissed.
Okay.
So he gets these like two buff Swedish like Adonises, like muscle bound freaks,
From Craigslist or
yeah, from Tin from
looking
Grinder.
for yeah.
So he he's just like, you're Swedish, you must be great at boats, so beat everyone in this boat race.
Makes sense.
And they start sabotaging all the people's votes and all that kind of stuff, and eventually Andy and Red were like, well, we weren't planning on like participating, but we'll show these guys up and we'll do it. So there's a very like cute scene where right before they go on the race, they like clasp hands. And Morgan and Robbins, and there's like for Brooks, for Tommy, and Tommy's the name of the guy that he gets his GED, and they clasp hands, and then they then they sail like their life depended on it, like they were sailing away from Shawshank.
Yeah.
And then
It's
they
like cut scene with some music.
And then they win. Job rolls his bike up to like the dock when everyone's getting off the shore, and he.
I saw. This is our 25-minute cut always. I saw on another podcast, like them reviewing. They weren't reviewing. They're kind of just making fun of this movie for a little bit. And it's like this movie from the '90s, and it's with this really popular actor who like starts dating this like special needs kid in like high school.
Okay.
And but
sounds like the movie would never be made nowadays. That's
no,
insane.
it was like in 2000 though when it was released. She starts dating like this special needs kid, and they're throwing around the R word in Hollywood like crazy. They ask like, she's talking to the principal. She's like, I think I like this retarded kid, And the principal goes, "How retarded is he?" And she
Oh,
goes,
okay.
"Retarded."
Oh, that's the most you could be.
And then she goes, I'll put the movie up here. She goes,
Yeah, what's the name of it? You know?
I'll look it up while we're here.
Okay, all right.
I'll look it up while we're here.
Fuck, I don't know what you're talking about.
And she's like goes up to like her mother, and she's like, "I think I like this kid. Like, I don't know you're gonna like how he is." She's like, "What, is he black?" And it's like, "No, like,
Oh my
is
God.
he like Spanish? No." It's
Oh,
like,
even worse.
"Is
yes.
he Jewish?" She's like, "No, he's retarded." I gotta fucking find this right now.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's so heavy. He's dropping hard R's in Hollywood.
This isn't as bad as that, because that sounds like the worst.
It's so funny.
There's like a Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Garner movie called like Little Feet or Little Toes or something like that, and Matthew McConaughey has midgets for parents. He has two little people as his mom and his dad, and
What?
he gets Jennifer Garner pregnant. And
Yeah.
he like knows that there's like a 25% chance or 50% chance, whatever, that they'll give birth to their child will be a little person. And they find out it's going to be a midget, and they just start crying and crying, and like as if it's like they just found out their kid would died.
Oh no. Where, what movie was that?
I think it's called. It's something stupid like Little Toes or Little Feet, something like that. Yeah, as long as I know at one point what it is, so I can be on the lookout for it.
That's so funny to me. It was the early 2000s. I thought it was like the 90s, maybe. Not that it's acceptable anywhere, but oh my goodness. It was so funny when I saw it. Yeah, Lawnmower Man 2.
Lawnmower Man 2, we did not. Oh no, we did discuss earlier in the episode what we're gonna watch next week.
Big Ben. Gentle Ben.
Gentle Ben. I keep calling it Big Ben too. Yeah.
Gentle Ben. What is that about? It's about.
I did not see the first one. It's about a bear. That's all I know.
It's about a bear. I'm assuming it's the bear. I hope somebody gets like eaten at least. I mean.
Yeah, me too.
Or maybe I don't know. There's got to be some sort of a twist. Can't just be like, oh, this bear's nice, and we hang out with him.
I think that's what it's about. I really do. I really think that's what it's about. I mean, I don't think Gentle Ben is like a misnomer or like it's like, oh, he's really not gentle, you know? I think it's probably, I'm not seeing it at all, just looking at the cover of it.
Yeah.
A little kid becomes best friends with a bear. And then there's whatever Tom Barron's, whatever, I don't know his name. But the guy from Major League is in it. Whatever his character is probably the evil guy, because he always plays kind of like a smarky person. And whoever Dean Cain, Superman's character is, he's definitely a good guy, probably the kid's father.
Yeah.
And he's trying to break him apart or kill the bear or something like that. Like he's going to be like the bad. I think that's based off of just looking at the cover.
Yeah.
And then there's like a chick that could be hot in the background.
Nice.
Could be. But...
That'll be interesting. I'll bring up a bunch of bear clips and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that clip with the lady getting mauled by a bear.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
You know,
I was on a tear the other day. I'll save a lot of it, me talking about it for that one. But I was like on a tear just listening to like bear attack stories and like looking up bear attacks for some reason.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm a psychopath.
Yeah, a little bit. It sounds.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so I was thinking we should have like some sort of like rating system where like we rate movies at the end. I don't know how we would do it because if we were gonna give it like, you know, if we gave this one like 8 out of 10 turd sandwiches.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll like kind of stack up the turd sandwiches or 8.5 turd sandwiches. We give this one 8.5 turd sandwiches. This was pretty terrible.
Oh, so the worse, the more. Oh yeah, because it's a turd sandwich.
Yeah, it's turd sandwiches.
Now, what if we like it? Then are we going to be like it's not even the bread?
We're not going to just do terrible movies. So if we're going to get, we'll just change it
to
to something else.
Ghostbusters too.
Yeah. So I mean, those we could just give like a nicer sandwich.
An ice cream sandwich.
Like a nicer sandwich, just something more delicious than turds between bread. Like we just change the
provolone.
sandwiches. Yeah,
Oh,
provolone.
whatever, a different sandwich every time.
Yeah, we could do different sandwiches. We could just do like ham and cheese, or just like something else. Right, cat. All right. But I think we could wrap it up. I think that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. All right. Lawnmower Man 2. I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rate how many sandwiches?
As far as how bad it was,
Yeah,
I give it an 8.
an 8.
8 turd sandwiches.
8. Like this is a layered sandwich.
Oh, like just a freaking stat like.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of picturing in my head. Yeah, I wasn't thinking like 8 sandwiches in a row. I was thinking like bread, turd, bread, turd, bread, turd.
It just kind of depends on how I can edit it. If I'm gonna actually put it on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. All right. So right now in my head, I'll just envision that, but however you edit it would be fine.
Mine is 8. So what's your thing?
8 is fair.
It's fair.
8 is very.
You think I'm being generous?
8 is fair, but for the sake, yeah. You know what? I think 8's on the money. 8 is right.
Cause there were some parts I'm like, okay, I didn't hate every second of it.
No, it was enjoyable. There wasn't a lot of like unnecessary stuff. I like when movies do that, where you're watching it, and every scene kind of needs to be there, and it's not just.
Yeah, it's just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
This is important to the story.
The scene where they steal the chip might not have had to been there, because they break in, steal the Chiron chip,
and then he just has the other.
And then it was a fake the whole time, and then
that was so funny. It's just like, I got it here,
and I was like, wait, why did so much stuff happen and it didn't matter?
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or they're like, hey, I want that. Job's like, I want that dirt, so he's gonna do a dirt specimen.
Oh,
but
yeah.
then Trace makes a call to Walker, and he just traces I don't want to say trace again, but he follows the call back to where the house is, and that's how he finds him. Like the dirt was pointless. It's like, why even put that in there then?
Yeah, it was kind of silly. He did locate where he was, but then I don't know.
It was smart too. I was like, oh wow, it's kind of like Sherlock Holmes level stuff, tracing the dirt back to where they're gonna go from, and then he ended up not even using that. I mean, I did just give 2 examples of needless scenes, but for the most part, there's not a lot of fat in the movie. You watch it, you don't get really bored.
No, it was entertaining.
You might roll your eyes at a couple scenes, like the fake kiss and the dog scene, and some of the graphics. But all in all, you watch it, and once you watch it, you never have to watch it again.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like you're glad you did it, but you're not gonna do it again,
You're not really even glad you did it.
And you're not not like super proud of yourself.
Yeah, I didn't call my dad afterwards and say, who's the loser now? I watched the movie.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, we don't really have a good sign off.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out as we go. But Lawnmower Man 2, next up, Gentle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Lawnmower Man's got 8 turd sandwiches, wherever I decide to put it on the screen.
And in my head, it's 8 Deckard turd sandwich.
I'm not sure if it's going to be, bread shit, or individual sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Peace.